So having a 10-15 year plan of anything you're gonna do will yield you much better results of being hyper calculated than just gunning. What is up, everyone? It's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. Today's ASMR sip is sponsored by 1907. Check out 1907.com. Coupon code Russo. There's your ASMR sip. Here's your ASMR spritz of intelligent elephant carbon. Coupon code Russo. And then Young LA coupon code Russo for the jumpsuit. Today's video, I'm going into when you peak enhanced and why everyone blows their load too early these days. So I made a ton of black pill content about, the enhanced bodybuilding world, plus clout, how that's playing out in the metaverse. We need to get the education out there for PED abuse, GH abuse, etc., etc. Aim for harm mitigation, and overall just get the information out there because people are gonna do what they're gonna do no matter what. Might as well have the education out there. What I wanted to discuss, and Andrew made a previous video where I go into Raúl's transformation. So Raúl is only 19 years old, fucking baller physique, super juiced up, as what I know, right? I don't know his cycles. Raúl commented. Throw Raúl's comment up. Raúl's the man. And overall, I just shedded my opinion on guys I see that juice up very quickly under the insinuation that they need to turn pro immediately. They want to get the biggest said individual clout career out of being enhanced in the fitness industry. If you enter the fitness industry as young as possible and build yourself as a name, as a brand, then you have the most prolonged career to, again, hopefully create a pivot out of the fitness industry or to cement yourself as a competitive bodybuilder for a long period of time. This really pushes young minds into making these decisions. I've weighed in my personal 2 cents. Other people have weighed in that, Arnold, Lee Priest came out the gates blasting gear and that these guys just follow in their footsteps. And obviously you have to abuse at some point to get a super physiological enhanced physique. But what I wanted to go into is why I told Raúl to pump the brakes. So I'll have Andrew throw up Raúl's comment and my comment. That was no diss against Raúl because I don't feel like people even know how hard he trains to look like that at that age. That dude is putting in insane work. The point I wanted to make is that most enhanced professional bodybuilders I know are from the ages, in my opinion, I'll just throw some random numbers out, 27 to 38, primarily the peak, obviously as a male, being from age 30 to 36 of when bodybuilders really blossom as far as enhanced bodybuilders go and make a ton of progress. Meaning, if you already fucking blow your load and blast tons of shit, to age 22, and you use everything, the whole kitchen sink, where do you go? You weren't even close to your peak. You should have just built the base, instead of sprinted. Now you could be affecting your peak physique if you slowly progressed upwards. This is why the old school guys in the comment section down below, because believe it or not, I have a pretty broad age spectrum audience. The old school guys couldn't get gear online. Basically, you had to pay your dues in the gym and you had to earn your keep. And then normally the biggest guy in the gym was the guy with the gear. When you paid your dues, you built your base, you became friends, you earned the masculine hierarchy, you earned your chops. The local plug would hook you up when he saw the base was built, he saw the discipline natty, and he saw the strength numbers natty, etc., etc. And then you would peak into your career later 20s. Normally after 26 is where this mentality comes from, and you already had the base build, and then you would peak your physique into your late 30s and go through all your competitions and everything. Now that, anyone can get anything online, this whole game has changed. The genetic elite pedigree, which, yes, there are elite genetics and everything, but black pill, no bullshit. A lot of these guys juice in their early teens. Hate to break it to you. A lot of the teen prodigies that have a full career in the fitness industry do juice forever. They normally have a guy in their corner only allowing so much. Take your foot off the gas, cruise, couple steps forwards, one step back, couple steps forward versus sprinting forward, following all the way back. So you have this game being played. The point I want to make is for the younger audience watching. I think you can really delay your gratification and build a really cool physique if you bulk, chase size, mass, compound movements, everything as far as building a solid foundation, and then peaking it through your late 20s, and then enjoying the prime in your 30s. The perception of when you're younger, your paradigms, your conscious is not nearly as expanded as far as you haven't become a man yet. Women's brains mature faster than males' brains. You think that you should get it all now, right? The instant gratification of clout, and then seeing some of these influencers, which in my opinion, like, what is some of these influencers' content? Again, I understand I'm not the most interesting motherfucker or the prettiest motherfucker. I mean, I'll have Andrew start doing my makeup before I get on set all the time. But, you know, you see these guys and you're like, oh, well, I want to get that. You know, they're a 1 in a million luck charm that's built off of funny clout content or built off their vanity, etc., etc. That's not how it used to be back in the day. And overall, if you're patient, you delay gratification, and any entrepreneur will be like, delay gratification forever. Delay gratification. The real gratification will come as it's supposed to come, but delay it, delay it, delay it. Avoid instant gratification. But if you built yourself through your early 20s, again, focused on size, then you started ramping late 20s as far as the gear, enjoyed the prime, that is the most surefire way you don't yo-yo. Because you could come out the gates juicing super hard, boom, yo-yo, health problems, something happens, an injury, etc., etc. You already juiced yourself to the max, and you will peak your physique around 30. Now, everyone's time is limited on this planet, so you have to be hyper calculated in how you want to spend it. But I'm saying that not everyone, including me, walks the perfect influencer walk and blows up before, in quotation marks, as the old school guys in the fitness industry you're supposed to. So there's nothing wrong about doing the tried and true method of building an extreme base, adding shit on later in your 20s, and then peaking your physique. I think the perfect natural example is my fellow young LA gorilla athlete, Jack West. Again, Andrew threw up Jack West Natty, built the base as a Marine, you know, on the Marine time, the Marine diet, put in the work, heavy clanging and banging. He may or may not have thrown away his natty card, and he's doing his first ever prep, and the peak physique he will be at when he's in his mid-30s is insanity. And I already know it. I have the eye. I can see it. I'd rather see that trajectory of long-term health while being enhanced versus the kid gunning at 19 with the gear, pushing super hard with the gear and everything, juicing themselves to oblivion. To what? You're all burnt out by the time you're 26, Jack's age, who's about to peak? Align your peak. Realize everyone lives once. Realize your trajectory. And the biggest thing I said with Raúl, and like, I credit his like extreme work, his effort. Not every little dude who fucking blows up like that, hyper responder or not, that motherfucker's eating right, working right, and he's about his grind, his passion. I'm saying, what's his 10-15 year plan, right? I imagine myself like diabolical nerd Russo, who's 15, who thought about how he wanted to live his life. How is present day version of me, you know, how do I have a conversation with that 15-year-old me? What do I manifest the 30-year-old, 35-year-old version who's looking down on me right now, seeing all the mistakes I'm making? How do I bring that to a point to create a plan, to know that my trajectory is sustainable, as well as I'm pushing hard enough to find balance? So having a 10-15 year plan of anything you're gonna do will yield you much better results of being hyper calculated than just gunning, because you know that it will come long term if you keep delaying the gratification, instantly grabbing at everything that comes your way, or instantly blasting towards a goal. Be a little bit more calculated about it and realize stuff happens with time, which is contrary to the instant gratification we see go on in clout, but that's normally how it would go if there wasn't this machine of the beast technocracy ranking system that is reprogramming people's minds. If that didn't exist, this is again solid advice, but there is that jack in the box that blows up on clout right off the bat that keeps everyone juicing super hard right out the gates, where even me, Mr. Juicehead Russo, who experimented with everything, like, I haven't even done real cycles yet, and people are fucking angry I haven't done real cycles yet. I was messing around experimenting. I'm only 25. I haven't even competed yet. And people are mad I just didn't even do real cycles yet. Why? My peak's at 35. I can fucking do real cycles whenever I want. I wanted to document the SARMs only. That was useful information. And now, as I built my base, I'm sitting at 236 this morning on nothing but YK and some tests, cruising. I can now have this base that I can do a real cycle off of. Or I could have burnt myself out, already juiced myself to the max, and looking at 35, be like, oh, I'm already burnt out. Play the game how you want to play it. Everyone has cards. Throw them down when you wish. I'll see you guys in my next video.